team, today's episode is all about how to roast the perfect potato. A roasted potato should be golden on the outside and then super soft, enveloping that beautiful steam as you get into it. And to do that, there's a few things you have to think of. First off, you have to know how potato is made up. Most importantly, it is built upon this beautiful starchy carbohydrate, meaning when you attack it with heat, those simple sugars break down and give that nice golden edge we're talking about. We are going to use all of this and then next level it by creating a beautiful flavored oil that's going to take it to the next level. Step number one. It's about cutting these things into the perfect size. You don't want them too big, otherwise the heat won't get to the center and they'll be nice and golden on the outside, but still a bit hard on the center. A nice even size too. So get a nice stable base of support, just like that, and then work around in edges. So chunk, and what you see is a quite thin piece, but it's wide by nature. So that means all this area is going to be attacked by that heat. All the beautiful oil will be all around it. Heat will come in, make the outside crispy, and the center will be nice and soft. I told you we're gonna next level this dish, and a lot of that is due to the flavor we're gonna add to that through our olive oil. But we're not just using your standard olive oil, we're gonna create a flavor infused olive oil. We're doing that by adding our extra virgin olive oil on a low heat and adding in some rosemary and some garlic. Now this is fun and games right here. Just kind of get your bash on. So just get a little light tap. By squashing it, you're actually opening the garlic up and you can see releasing those natural oils and aromas. They are then going to infuse into the olive oil, which means your olive oil gets garlic by nature along with the rosemary. It's pretty tasty. Now obviously, the longer you let this kind of cook away for, the more flavor the oil develops. You can actually take it off the heat and let it sit in a jar, and that can kind of be your own flavored oil that sits, on your pantry or your bench somewhere. But we're just gonna do this for about, 15 minutes. You also don't want the extra virgin olive oil going too high for too long, otherwise you'll have some negative oxidative processes. And this does not just have to be for this dish. You can also, add it to others. On top of that, you can also add other herbs, other spices as well. You can add aromats, some shallots, those kind of things. The idea behind building an oil is the foundation of all flavors. Potatoes, starchy by number. You wanna make sure you cut them evenly so that they cook to a crunchy outside and a soft center. When you're roasting, the outside dry heat attacks all the different forms of surface area. If you had it too big, you miss out on the inside getting those beautiful golden edges. From there, we create an oil just by adding on a low heat some olive oil along with some garlic, rosemary, and you can also add thyme, some peppercorns, that kind of thing. And that flavor is then gonna kind of coat our beautiful potatoes. Beautiful, chunky potatoes. Now, roasted potatoes can just be anything, whether it be in its whole, and it's very small. I like a good wedge. They go with pretty much anything. Look at that. That's saying hello. That's a good, nice piece. Think about it now, it's got a golden edge, soft in the center. Ooh. From there, let's get our beautiful oil and time to lather it up. Now you could strain this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let the natural goodness of our beautiful garlic and rosemary all over. So step one is to cut them up evenly. Step two is to make our beautiful oil. Step three is to make sure that all the oil gets around every single one and every side of our beautiful wedges. So just kind of get your hands in here. And of course, a roast potato is not a roast potato without a nice seasoning of salt. Okay, next cooking tip is all about the heat of the oven. This one's a little bit different. We're gonna put it up as high as it goes. So I've got about 500 degrees Fahrenheit or about 250 degrees Celsius, give or take. And then once it goes in, you're gonna turn it down to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit or about 204 degrees Celsius. Team, it's been about 40 minutes and I've done a bit of a sweat session, hence the change in the outfit, which means something to think about whenever you're cooking or baking. Find something to do. Time off the tools allows you to do something else. So back to these beautifully roasted, awesomely perfected sweet potatoes. Oh, they're just swimming in goodness. Look at that. So today's takeaway, team, is less about the actual recipe and more about the method behind it. So how to roast the potato, oils to use, how long for, way to cut it, and how to add flavor to enhance that roasted potato experience. So if you like this healthy recipe idea, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more of this or have something to mention to me, comment down below. Love when you guys start having a conversation on the side. And of course, if you want more healthy recipe ideas, I'm here for you. So hit subscribe. I'll see you every single week. And please continue to reach out for FAQs and questions, because that's what I'm here for, team. I'm Dan Churchill, your healthy chef. Chat to you soon. Bye.